Hey cutie patooties, and welcome back to Cutie Nails. We have PR today from Nail Reserve. First color you saw was I Don't Know. Then we have Clouded. The next in line is Sail Away. Then we have Future Past, and the last color is Dream Chaser. So after I opened this PR, you guys, I was like, I got to use my BombNails brush and sparkle pink acrylic for this set because I had went to Five Below earlier with my girls and they had these cute little Care Bear toy thingies. And I was like, oh, I should get me a toy. You know, I'm always getting my daughters a toy and my little son a toy every time I come up in here. So I was like, let me get me something. And you guys, I got the cutest little Care Bear ever. So I was like, yeah, I got to do me a Care Bear set. So you guys see me gluing on the end piece, the cap piece to my size 14 brush. I was so excited. Y'all saw me dancing there. I was like, yeah, I glued it on. It worked. And I am getting ready to swatch Sparkle Pink. It was absolutely perfect for this Care Bear set. Super pink and shimmery and glittery. I really loved it. So I'm gonna just swatch this real quick on my little heart, and then I just glued it on once it dried to my bottle, so that way I know what the color is, even though I don't have clients, well, my sisters and my daughter, but I want to know what the colors are. So I glued it on there, and today I'm going to be using my Vita Bella practice hand that I have not used in forever. I am removing this old set from it, and one of the nails came out with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and re-prime the nail bed. Then I'm going to glue on the tip for that particular size nail bed, and I'm gonna go ahead and bust out my easy tape so that way I can get ready to apply my working tip to all of the nails. So y'all, I was in Dollar Tree the other day, and guess what they had up in there, y'all? Easy tape. Easy tape. So if you want to purchase from Vita Bella, or you want to purchase from Amazon or Dollar Tree or whatever, you have options to get you some easy tape. But this is pretty much how I go ahead and prep my hand to start working on it. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and peel off the tape side, well, the protective side of the tape, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use a size up tip and just slide it in there and press it down real quick, get it all nice and stuck onto that tape, and it does not move not one bit throughout the entire process from application to filing to nail art. So once I've done that, now I'm gonna go ahead and glue on my tips to the free edge of the nail, and I'm gonna cut them down to the length that I want, and we're gonna get into these BombNails acrylics. Well, the one acrylic I'm using in this video, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. All right, y'all. So Miss Gabby, I do not like cussing on my YouTube channel, but this acrylic right here make you want to use some cuss words. But the closest I'm gonna get is a damn Gabby girl. Ooh, this thing is nice. So nice and buttery. I be pounding my acrylic jars like it's a pack of cigarettes on my hands just to make sure everything was nice and mixed up in there. I had no issues. There was no marbling. You guys seen how buttery and smooth it was laying. And I do want y'all to know, if you're new and you're watching my acrylic application, I do use odorless monomer. I use Cooper odorless monomer. Lately here, since Cooper has been sold out, I eased up on using my monomer, and I started using my Mia Secret UV LED odorless monomer, so that way I can save my Cooper until they restock. But y'all, this acrylic is the bomb.com. Like, for real. Like, Gabby chose the perfect name. It is so buttery and smooth, and y'all, I don't know what else to say. Like, I cannot say anything bad about Gabby's acrylics. And y'all know how much I love other brands. I still do. But this acrylic is just absolutely awesome. And using the techniques that I learned from Get Nails by Jen, it's just awesome. This acrylic is just awesome and buttery and smooth and so workable. There was no grittiness, no chalkiness, none of that. So with the size 14 brush though, what I am gonna say is this brush is gonna need some breaking in. It is really gonna need some breaking in. Usually when I use my other brushes that I have, you guys know I love me some Nail House. I don't have to break those brushes in at all. Like it's a plug and play. But with this brush, I am definitely gonna have to break this in, use it for a couple more sets for it to maintain that flat shape that I like, because you guys can see the hairs were kind of moving apart while I was trying to clean that cuticle. It was a bit frustrating for me, but I just figured I'm gonna have to break this brush in. But it's okay. I mean, it's all good. The only thing I'm gonna say is, you know, if you do get a brush, just look out for that, the fact that you're gonna have to break in your brush. Do I recommend going right away and using it as once you first pull it out? Yes, why not? That's, you know, one step or one application process where you're training your brush to, you know, lay the way you want it to lay. It was picking up the acrylic fine. None of the acrylic was sticking to my brush. I didn't have any of those issues. I was able to still utilize the same liquid to powder ratio that I always use with using odorless monomer, and the acrylic went on very nicely and very smooth. There wasn't any lumps and bumps in my application at all. It may look like it, but you know, with the lighting as it is, it kind of distorts the look of the product sometimes. So I try, what am I trying to say? I'm basically trying to say, just trust me in what I'm telling y'all. Like, this acrylic goes on so smoothly, and it was an even flow of product from the cuticle to the free edge. There was no areas that I had to go in and fill in or anything like that. So again, I know I said it in one of my previous videos, but I will make sure the link is in this video as well. If you have not watched Get Nails by Jen's acrylic application tutorial, you definitely need to go watch that. If you're a beginner like me with acrylic, it is going to change things for you drastically. So I'm going to continue to do this nail right here. I'm not going to let y'all suffer through all of the nails, but I'm pretty much going to go ahead and pat and push and smooth and keep all of that product towards the center and the top of the nail, making sure that my sidewalls are nice and clean and smooth. And then once I come back, we'll just encapsulate just a little bit. I didn't build up too much with this color, Sparkle Pink, because it is not a cover color, but I did want to make sure like I had some strength on there. So I went ahead and capped and clear, and then once that was done, I file shaped and buffed off camera, and then we're gonna get into the nail art for today.
About the way you love me, even when I do you wrong. I know that you're always thinking of me, gotta put it in a song. Your love is perfect, I have nothing to fear. You give me security, yeah. You're so loyal that I never have to wonder. You give me all that I need. I can't get enough of your love. 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 Nothing seems to captivate me quite like you do. You can have my full devotion.
So I figured I'd jump in here, cuties, before we get into the nail art, so I can kind of talk to y'all a little bit instead of trying to talk over what I'm doing with the nail art a lot, but my dominant hand is done. I know you guys can see that. I left the thumb and the pointer short so that way I can braid my little man's hair and retighten my girl's locks and my locks as well. But my non-dominant hand is, it just pretty much has like some reinforcement gel on top of it to keep the nails strong. I wanted to give my nails just a little bit of a break because that pop-off method has been working a little too well, and the nails have been staying on for like a week, and then when I go to try to take it off, I'm still having some problems. And you guys, I've been doing the pop-off method for a minute, and I don't know, here lately, ever since I did those hyper realistic nails, maybe because it's still some tiny bits of product left on my nail, it's been very hard for them to pop off, because usually before I did that, the nails would just pop right off. All I got to do is twist it and off it goes. But popping them off lately, it's been causing like a little bit of pain, and I'm like, look, I don't want to damage my nails, hurt my skin or anything like that. So I'm gonna give this hand just a little bit of a break. By the time you guys see this video, hopefully my nails will be, you know, better and not, you know, hurting or anything like that, and I'll be able to go back to doing sets on my hands. But if not, we will be using Camille, my little Vita Bella practice hand. So this is the palette of colors. You guys saw them in the beginning. I just added some top coat right here, some black and some white, because I'm going to be using the white for lightening up the colors and the black for making darker shades. So once we get through this part right here, you guys, the video is going to speed up a bit because I do not want to inundate you guys with sitting here watching every detail of this process. It has been a minute since I even tried to draw any characters. I mean, I can draw a little bit, but I am not an artist, you guys. So I did my best here, and it is so hard trying to draw characters on such tiny canvases. So I'm just pretty much gonna go in, instead of like tracing it out with pencil, I just went straight in with some matte top coat, cured that, and then just to kind of let that polish seep into any cracks and make it nice and smooth, so that way the gel polish that I'm using to create the art does not seep into those cracks. So I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much outline the bears, my little Care Bears here, that I'm gonna do on the two middle fingers, and then it's gonna speed through like all of the detailing and stuff. But for any shading or anything like that, just mix your color with a little bit of top coat, so that way it can lighten up, you know, and kind of give it that jelly kind of look. And if you wanted it a little bit more like cool toned, mix it with the white, and if you wanted to create a deeper shade, of course, mix it with the black. So I'm gonna let you guys watch this here, and then we're gonna pretty much do the majority of the work on the pink bear, because at one point I had to turn off my lamp on my left side here because the glare was really affecting me being able to see, you know, what I was drawing and where things were being placed. So I'm gonna let y'all continue to watch these cute little Care Bears here, and I will be back.
That's 100.
Shake stuck in my own way. So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord.
So cute patooties, I am pretty much taking the mixture of that black and that pink to get a darker shade, and that is what I'm going to use to outline my little Care Bears, make the hairs, and make any fine details on the inside of them. And pretty soon you guys are going to see that I turned off the light so that way I can actually see what I was doing. I had so much fun doing these. In the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? But eventually, as I started seeing the characters come to life, I was happy. I could have done better with, you know, doing their bellies and doing their little symbols inside the bellies, but I'm not going to be doing any characters for a while. And I truly remember now why I haven't done characters in a couple years, because it's so much fine detailing, and I am by far not an artist, you guys. So I turned the light off there so I can see what I was doing, because I didn't want to make those colors too dark, if you know what I mean. So I'm by far not an artist, and yeah, it's gonna be a minute before I get into another character again, unless y'all really want to see me do another character. But let me tell y'all a story while I'm here. Y'all, I had this dream the other day that it didn't scare me, but y'all, what God showed me in that dream, oh my gosh. All I can say to y'all is please stay prayed up. If you are a believer in Christ, make sure you check yourself, check in on yourself, and make sure your faith and your belief system is in good standing with God, because what I saw, I will not share here on YouTube, because I do not want to scare anyone, and I do not want anyone to be afraid of anything. So I'm just going to say, make sure you prayed up, make sure you're covering yourself and your families. Okay. The next thing I want to tell y'all, I believe in God. I love God with all my heart and soul, and I'm still a human being. And sometimes the flesh gets weak. Y'all, I'm up in Wendy's the other day, and I do not like going to this Wendy's in my neighborhood because they're so rude. They're so unenthusiastic about their job. I mean, I get it. It's busy. You know, people coming in here with attitudes and all types of stuff. But if I'm coming in there being as nice as I can to you guys, there is no reason for you to be rude to me, especially when I was not the person that caused you to be in the foul mood that you're in. So I go up in Wendy's because my girlies wanted Wendy's, and I made my order and I'm standing there waiting. So I'm the kind of person, like, because I know my name is so hard to get, if someone messes it up and I correct them, you know, like, they usually they be like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, and they try to say it right. You know what I'm saying? Not this Miss Ma'am that was up in there. Whoever made her mad in the beginning, y'all, I was about ready to reach across that counter and grab that girl. But you know what? The Lord wouldn't let me do that. And, you know, he had a conversation with me real quick. So I didn't touch the little girl. But I said my name, you know, and she looked at me and rolled my eyes and said it wrong again. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm going to spell it and say it so she could understand how to say my name. And the girl, like, huffs and puts her hand on her imagination, because she ain't had no hips to put her hands on, and says it wrong again. And the lady next to me and her daughter saw that it was taking everything in me not to get belligerent. And I said, you know what? I hope you have a wonderful day. And I grabbed my food and I left, because I felt like that was going to convict her little spirit to kind of realize that she was being rude for no reason. You know, I wasn't the person that came in here before me and made you mad. So there's no reason for you to be mad to me. But I don't like messing up people's names, and I don't like when people mess up my name. So if you correct me, I'm going to correct myself after that. I'm not going to continue to give you an attitude about your name. But y'all, that's why I don't like going in that Wendy's. So again, my kids wanted breakfast from Wendy's one morning because we had appointments to go to and I wasn't going to be home to cook and all of this stuff, right? And I pulls up to the drive-thru. I'm like, y'all can't pick nowhere else but Wendy's. But this time it was some very, very pleasant people there. The girl that was taking the orders, absolutely pleasant. The girl that was serving the food, just absolutely pleasant. So it made up for my little mishap, earlier in the week. But y'all, don't be messing up people's names and then want to be loud and wrong about it, okay? Just try your best to convey your apologies for messing it up and then just try to say it right the next time. But y'all, it took everything in me not to correct her in the wrong way possible. Y'all probably would have heard about me on the news, and probably would have had to send some of y'all little bail money from y'all discount codes these companies be giving y'all. But anyway, back to this art, y'all. It is speeding up through here as fast as I can get it to go without it looking crazy. And yeah, I'm gonna let y'all continue to watch all of this and I'll be back.
I'm freaking out about the way you love me, even when I do you wrong. I know that you're always thinking of me, gotta put it in a song. Your love is perfect, I have nothing to fear. You give me security, yeah. You're so loyal that I never have to wonder. You give me all that I need. I can't get enough of your love.
So I used the color Clouded to pretty much do a little bit of outlining on the inside of the bear to kind of just, do a little extra. So now I'm making the clouds. I did take out the white and the black. I didn't mention in the beginning, but I am using the white and the black from Nail Reserve as well. And I'm going to do some shading with the blue color that I got in this kit. I think it was Seal. Oh my goodness. I cannot remember the name of the color, y'all. I'll be forgetting stuff. But I'm going to use that blue that y'all saw in the beginning to do some shading, minor shading on the inside of the clouds, and then also outline it and give it a little bit of cartoony, realistic look to it. I'm going to do clouds on both the pointer and the pinky, and then we're going to do some of the little Care Bear stars that you guys have seen if you ever watched the show when y'all were younger. I'm going to do some of those Care Bear stars as well, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Dream Chaser to do the stars because they were nice and jelly, and the orange and the mixture that I mixed with that orange and the black is what I'm going to do to outline it and then create the little nose mouth area. I'm going to make some eyes and stuff like that, and we're going to add a little bit of stars and some more dots to these nails, and we will be back when it's time to top coat these. I decided to go matte for top coating so that way you guys can see all the details, and it looks so much better when it's matte and not shiny, because I feel like the glare on shiny nails when you're doing character and a lot of hand-drawn art, it takes away from the character and you kind of miss a lot of details. So I'm going to continue to go ahead and shade these in. You guys saw when it was sped up, I was curing as I went, so that way once I like something, it stays put. And now I'm just going to go ahead and outline with the blue. So what I did with the blue was I mixed it with some of the white to kind of tone it down a bit and make it more cool, cool toned. And I'm just going to go ahead and outline the clouds, which was the very, very perfect shade for what I was trying to do. And once that's cured, then we're going to get into the rest of this art and this whole look.
Trust him in his presence. I'm in awe. Oh my god, you gon' amaze me. You're the bomb, and I just be setting the stage. So let me get out the way, 'cause you gon'
Like I said, now I'm outlining the stars and, you know, doing the little details for the eyes and the mouth and such like that. And then we're gonna get into our matte top coat after I've added just some additional like flares to the nails and some dots with the white addict from Nail Reserve. And we're gonna go ahead and top coat with their matte top coat. So here we are, cutie patooties. It is time to top coat these nails. I hope that you guys enjoyed this set. I hope that you guys enjoyed the process. I know doing characters can be very hard and time consuming, but I wanted to give y'all a little something and show y'all my range, you know, in nail art creation. Now, I would advise get you some stickers if you're going to be doing this on clients. But here we are right now with the finished look after curing these for a full 60 seconds. I hope y'all like them. Please let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Don't forget to check the description box for codes and links, cutie patooties. Remember, I love you so very much, but most importantly, God loves you. And as always, I'll most definitely talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!
I'm freaking out about the way you love me, even when I do you wrong. I know that you're always thinking of me. Gotta put it in a song.